I had never read Lord of the Rings, although it was the best-selling book of fiction in the 20th century. And so the first I really heard of it was when I met Peter Jackson in London. He came to my house and he showed me the script and he showed me some of his designs, and I fell in love with his spirit and his enthusiasm and his determination to get this made, and I loved the part of Gandalf. And then suddenly discovered that I was playing an icon, playing a character who many, many thousands, millions of people around the world had already knew, and that was a little bit unnerving, but I was well protected by Peter, and it turned out to be the best job I've ever had, I think, really.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
I remember when I went to New Zealand initially, I really started to feel the pressure of inhabiting a character that these people had lived with for years and getting it right. And was I going to be the Frodo that these people had imagined? That really drifted away once we started filming. I felt like I'd really found Frodo, and I'm pretty happy with the Frodo that I've created, and hopefully it's close to what they'd imagined.
Gentlemen, we do not stop till nightfall.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
The feet were prosthetic, a kind of rubber latex prosthetic, which is slightly bigger than your feet. So my feet were about that big, and they ended up taking just over an hour to put on.
Yeah.
Usually first thing in the morning, you would either go to makeup or feet. We tended to go to feet first.
Yeah.
You stand on your tiptoes on the edge of a box, and they apply this glue around your foot, and then they slip you into this thing, which is like a very tight slipper. And then they blow dry your feet so it all warms up and seals, and you're in there for the whole day.
Something draws near. I can feel it.
When I was thinking about him as a character and what I would do with him in terms of trying to make him real, because of course, nobody's ever seen elves before, or hobbits, or wizards. Nobody's seen these beings before, and I felt a lot of the responsibility of that, and I was like very kind of meticulous with my kind of preparation, and I thought about him in terms of his physicality and how he would move and how he would stand and how he would be poised. I mean, elves have superhuman strength. They have these incredible reflexes and sensory awareness, so he's aware of danger and things going on around him before anyone else. And before he's even got a blow, he's sort of, he's already kind of taken care of the business, as it were. I was thinking about him in terms of an animal, and I thought, well, he's kind of cat-like. You know how a cat will jump up onto a table and just stop? You know what I mean? That's like Legolas. He's kind of, all of his muscles are totally in balance, and he's focused. He has that kind of zen-y sort of samurai style to him.
Give Gondor the weapon of the enemy. Let us use it against him.
You cannot wield it. None of us can. The One Ring answers to Sauron alone.
When I started reading the book, I realized that Aragorn, as much as he's proven himself to be an able leader and as having compassion for the different races of Middle-earth and a knowledge of the history of Middle-earth and the danger of the ring and all those things, he has a lot of self-doubts, a lot of uncertainty that he doesn't speak aloud. And once I realized that the character, as brave as he seemed, was also afraid, I thought, well, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
We've all developed our own styles of fighting. I mean, like Legolas, he's got a very distinct style, and Aragorn is very courageous, very slashing and wild. And Boromir's got his style too. So we were able to develop, not only quite well as fighters, but also to develop our own styles. So that's, you can see that they all come from different backgrounds and different cultures. They're all these warriors, But it was great fun. I mean, you can't wish for a better film to be involved with,
I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. And I don't mean to.
The work was seeing all of New Zealand. We were in 5 helicopters at the top of every peak in the country, it seemed like. I mean, we were in the Southern Alps, we were in the volcanoes in the North Island. And then you have to drive to get to these places and then take the helicopters. So we saw over, under, through. We ate at every eatery. We slept in every motel. We lived New Zealand in an incredible way. The bed and breakfasts there are pretty amazing. And we partook of a lot of sporting events, And we bungee jumped. Orlando went parachuting. We rented motorcycles. We did it all. It was a great thing.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe.
The fellowship really became a reality over the course of the experience. I mean, I think I made some of the best friends of my life. So what better way to sort of set that experience in stone than to tattoo? So we all decided to get the Elvish word for 9 branded on our skin, so it was pretty incredible.
I know it'll happen when the films come out, and the diehard fans will love it, they'll hate it, they'll need more of this, they'll want that, they'll argue over, you know, that was in there and you just missed it, and I think that's part of the beauty of the modern world, that now film going isn't just a communal experience when you're sitting in the theater, but your feelings and your reactions to the film get to be an experiential, debated, hotly debated kind of thing.
Hey guys, we've got a new weekly show every Thursday on the E! News channel featuring celebrities revealing their favorite and funniest DMs. Be sure to check out this week's episode of Down in the DMs featuring Bretman Rock, so click here and check out the whole playlist now.